trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram Beef.
Hey!
MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by BindedBooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at herbsofmyaunt.com. My Aunt Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. Also, be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out MorrisHaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out MorrisSachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Khari Goodman Bay.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace.
Before
we do
Peace.
peace, peace, peace. Before we get started, can we get our Moorish American prayer, please? If you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Allah, Father of the universe. Father of love, truth, peace, freedom,
justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayah Asha'ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen, peace, 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 and gratitude to you, Noble Malik.
Peace, family. How y'all doing, man?
Excellent.
outstanding.
Great.
Yes.
You make me want to shout.
Absolutely.
Exciting.
Ooh, that's hot. Woo! Man, just been up this morning, man, helping my wife prepare for her next event. Man, it's been a beautiful day, man. All I can say is health is wealth. Brothers and sisters, know who you are. You know, today, just like I said, I've been full for almost 2 weeks going because it's good to hear from others that don't look like you, your mission. For me, a lot of Moors, I don't know their mission. It is not for me, but I know my mission. I know what I'm here to teach. I know what I'm here to promote. I know the work that I put in and the years that I spent in ministry before I've been doing this more science stuff, before I met all of you beautiful brothers on the internet. I've been helping people all my life, no matter what nationality they are. And I moved to Arizona, and I'm one of the lonely soldiers out here. A lot of Moors, they get caught up in doing a lot of things. A lot of Moors that I know have got caught up in doing things, and they hide it. And that's not testimony. I watch a lot of things that help people heal. Like, for instance, I'll be watching sometimes the Up and Smoke, that little podcast. And Keon Dooling, a lot of people didn't know. Y'all ever heard of Keon Dooling? He used to play for the Lakers and Boston and some other teams. Y'all ever heard of Keon Dooling?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard that name before.
Okay, well, on this show, Keon Dooling told him that, hey, man, he had to go to a mental institution. And nobody never knew that. And he said, I have to talk about it because it saved people. And when we go through things in life and we bottle that shit up, excuse my candor, and we have that pride where I don't want to be talked about or this, no one will heal. I used the analogy one day, oh, you got a big keloid on your ear. You walking around and people pointing at it and you get mad. Take care of it. And then tell the people how you took care of it to help them. But now I did it on my own. But I need help. I need help. And your testimony can help me. Morris be getting so caught up with all this, book shit. That's why I shared that film of Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett, do you see Freeman L talking this dumb shit, excuse my candor, that any of these Moors talking this paper terrorist stuff, all this sovereign citizen? Have you ever seen any God men talk that crap? Well, why do we? Why do we accept that when we talk about the science? And I say, well, what's the science? I ask people, what's the science? Tell me what's the science. Because if it's a book, we lost.
Yeah, the science, from my understanding, is self, or knowledge of self, and then perfecting that from the state that it's in.
So as a minister, what is a minister's message? A minister's message is to what? Minister to people. It's just like if you Alcohol Anonymous and you got all those, what do they call a person that you can call at any time? Your what?
Sponsor.
So that means you being honest with your sponsor. That means your sponsor love you. So that means that sponsor got to talk about regular things. So when you go in AA, don't you open up? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, that's how it goes.
I mean, ain't no thinking about this. If we don't know, then we got to know. We ain't know. We going for heal. We being healed. So to be healed from any sickness.
That's true.
So from any sickness, you got to do what? Admit that you sick.
Admit that you got a problem.
See? We talk about all this stuff outside. We know all this stuff, but what do we know about us, about who we are, about the text, about the ministry, about the gospels, about overcoming? What do we know? All I see more talk about all the sovereign citizenship.
You're a walking testimony.
Yeah, live. This is life, man. Yeah. People get caught up in the books. Oh, dude. I said, man, I'll burn all these damn books. Now what? Who are you? What do we do? What are we going to do in life? A mission. If we didn't have the internet, we just blessed to have the internet. But what if we didn't have the internet when everybody be saying they this? Where would you be going? I asked brother this right now. Where would you be going right now? A lot of people couldn't tell you. I asked a lot of people when they was part of churches. Have anybody in here been a part of a church? Yes or no? Because I'm just asking the question before I get into my teachings.
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yes, I have.
Islam. Yes, sir.
Okay. And I know we've been part of different movements, but have any of us told the minister what to teach? Yes or no? And be honest.
No, I haven't. Not
No,
sir. No, emphatically not.
Okay. And if you and if a person want to be taught something, if they inspire a minister, you have the opportunity to minister, right?
Wait, say that again.
And I said, if you in that set, and I'm coming from a good perspective as a map and a guide, if a person have any inspiration and you are a minister, then that's your time to minister, right?
Islam.
But right, because you are inspired of things. It ain't Brian's job to minister something. It's your job to minister. What helped you? So that's the time, the opportunity for that minister to minister. So if you were that whatever church or whatever, and you my ministers, it's set days where you can minister through the week, and you can minister anytime. Because I only have service at a certain time. We got the building. So any inspiration, any gathering, any people you want, you gather. What if church is Saturday, or if we got 2 services on one day, if I got an 8 o'clock service and 11 o'clock service, one of my ministers teaching at the 8 o'clock. What if none of my ministers want to minister? What the fuck you here for? Excuse my candor. If we say, well, it's your turn to minister. No, I ain't ready. What you mean? This is for you. I ain't gonna preach 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, but I'm gonna preach the same sermon. So what if the same people come at 8 and 11? I got all these ministers. It's time for you to minister. Then if we got evening service, it's time for you to minister. If we got youth service, it's time for you to minister. It's other things of ministry. We share our testimony because it's been instilled in all of us. Your testimony help people. This is a body. That's why I say a body. That's why a lot of movements don't go further, because you have one person just talking. I ain't never been that type of person. I'm a mapper and a guide and a teacher. No one can be around me for a amount of time and then don't have the ability to minister. Because our life is ministry. We should be able to minister and hear from different perspectives of different ministers. What are we doing? You know, I just wanted to come from the heart, man. You know, it's like what is our mission as ministers? You know, what is bringing is something being brought to us. Joy, happiness, illumination. That's why that the Holy Spirit has allowed me to create. I say, man, I need brothers, I need ministers, I need brothers around me. Why? That can help other people. But if nobody said nothing, then what I got to do, Noble Alonzo? I got to teach every Saturday and Sunday, right?
It's long.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm a person too. So if nobody have no inspiration, nobody say nothing, well, we just don't say, well, we shut it down. What happens? The teacher must teach, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm just saying, am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
I agree.
No, you're exact. Exact with that.
Shit, we got a team, and I ain't the point. I know how to play point, but we got a point guard. But I'm the shooter. I got to play point guard all day. Why? Shit, because the point guard ain't playing point. I'm playing point. I'm the shooter.
Right.
But I can play point. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to share that, man, because I had a good conversation this morning, man, with my dad and then some other elders, because I just lost my cousin. And a lot of my family members, they coming around, you know, people seeing. They're like, we got this in our family. They looking at the body of work like, damn, we don't know no one that done this body of work. And like I'll be telling people this, I'm a person too. It's just like Noble Alonzo, if you say you sell cars and in the family and everybody in your family go get new cars and they know you sell cars. And then after everybody get cars, they come to you and be like, oh man, I forgot you sell cars.
Right.
How you forgetting you dealing with me? That's kind of, it make you feel a certain way. You're not mad, but you got feelings. Am I right, Alonzo?
Absolutely.
You're right.
Huh?
You're right about that.
Thank you. It'll be in your head like, damn, like I'm so good. You telling me I do good business. You like my cars. You come to check them out and you come and tell me, oh man, when I do this, I'm gonna get there. And it never happens. It's like, yes, you have feelings. And then when you go outside, when you see all the other people that do business with you, that pay, and then you come back and try to do the same thing for your community with and charge less or give things for free and just ask for donations, and it'd be sad. You know, this is stuff me and my dad, like, I love all my family. My sister was on my live yesterday when I was talking about questions to ask the Christians, the Muslims, the Hebrew Israelites, all that. And she was like, I never read this in the Bible. Nobody have. No one have. My dad was telling me a story. He said he knew a man used to carry a newspaper under his arm every day, Malik. Every day he's come to work, he got a newspaper in his arm. So my dad was like, damn, let me ask this man something about what's in the newspaper. The man didn't even know how to freaking read.
Just looking at the comic section?
Hell no, he ain't looking at shit. He perpetrating. He perpetrating. You don't want to learn. You acting. And so it was just a conversation. My dad was telling me, keep doing what you're doing. The right people see it. You know, look what we're doing. Look at all my brothers that I didn't grow up with, that we on the same page. That's why I love what we do. And I know this is ordained by the Creator. You know, we all didn't grow up with each other. Look at all of us. None of our friends is here. When I be telling brothers, your friends, and I say, we got to be careful with the word friend. Because if friends do things together instead of going out instead of just hanging out, drinking and smoking, wasting money, a person can't get their friend here. Just like my dad said, you teaching gospel, son. He said, as people can go back, if they don't know who you are, tell them to go on YouTube and type in Minister Curry Goodman, Pastor Curry Goodman. Ask them for your CDs when you in the churches and see, did your mission or your story change? No, you just added value to what you're saying. You know who you are. I mean, come on, the average misnomer of black people, we in the churches. The only thing we own is the churches and the schools. Yes, some of our family and friends were Islamic, but most people that you know, you grew up in your neighborhood, they were Christian and went to church. Am I right about it?
Absolutely.
And people be acting like they whole family been in the more science. That's cap. And you know it's cap. Some of these people may have been Islam, but the most people, they moms and dad, they go to church. It be blowing my mind. And then when more get into the science, they just turn to something else. And this the scriptures, and this the Bible. We are the biblical scriptures. What am I teaching? This C. Freeman L. illuminated the scriptures. If you are Islam Muslim, one of the acts said they believe in the teaching of the Bible, but it been misinterpreted, but it been tampered with, and it must be interpreted by who? The elect. I just gave y'all scripture yesterday. What was that? Did anybody read Ephesians? Somebody give me Isaiah 29:11 real fast. I'm just highlighting something before I get into my teachings.
Isaiah 29:11.
Yes, please.
All right.
And the vision of all come unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
See, a book that is sealed. The Bible talking about this, that the learned only can do that interpret. What book can we talk about? Oh, I don't know. Why you don't know? Most preachers don't even know what the hell that is. They never heard of that, had they, Brian?
Nah.
So if it's a sealed book, what sealed book am I talking about? Do anybody know?
That's the one you sent on the text yesterday, right?
Not just in the text. I sent it to y'all. It's the book of the Mormons. It's in the Bible. It's the
Mormons.
book.
The book of the Mormons.
It's one of the closed books. Yes.
Secret book of the Mormons. The sacred book of the Mormons, however you want to say it.
And I sent y'all both of them. If the Bible talks about other books, not just the book of Yasher, if the Bible, get your Bible, the Bible that you have, it talks about a plethora of books that you should read before then. It quote Enoch in the Bible. The Bible quote other books besides the book of Yasher. So if it's 18 missing years of Jesus' life, and then in your Quran, which is a compilation of the holy books, the Quran unto the I grant and the other holy books, if it's the 18 missing years, the 18 missing years is in the Bible. In our Quran, to talk about what? The Vistas and the Brahmin text, right?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody correct me if I'm talking out the side of my neck right now.
No correction. I just add because, like, when you tell people what about the 18 missing years of Jesus, they were like, well, what do they have to do? We just want to worry about what his works were. I said, well, how can you get to a person on where they are at this current moment without knowing where they come from and knowing their story? That's basically what you were saying about people sharing their story to help heal, right? You gotta know where they come from to know where they're going. I was just Drew Ali. No, Drew Ali was in a circus and did all this other stuff before he became that, right? So that's part of how he got to where he is. That's how he traveled through his life.
He did. He just didn't jump in. That's why I tell people they be getting this misconstrued like Noble Drew Ali just jumped in more science. Man, they within the churches own that. We be tripping. Whitworth Matthew them of the Moor Zionist temples of the Jews. What's wrong with us? What about our Tawhido brothers, our Abyssinian brothers? What's and then we read the text, but we got the same books. It baffles me. This is for the elect. Like that's what we come and we bring a message. Like my dad said, you're like, why are we afraid to teach the truth? Like what's wrong?
Well, the lie's been so portrayed out there. It's like the 5%ers, right? You got the 5% of the people that had the knowledge, and then the rest of them is kind of trickling in or stepping in, stepping out, hot and cold, right? And so you are peculiarly different being that type of percentage of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're peculiar, so you look different. Like I'll just use Einstein, for example. People looked at him as extra smart, but weird. He didn't get accepted till after he transitioned way a long time ago. Then people highlight what he did, right?
Yes. At the mortar, and that ain't finna happen with me, with my generation. That's what I said. I'll be telling people when I say I'm gonna be gone in a minute. Not gone, but if you go to places they don't look like you and they treat you like, wouldn't you like You know to go where everybody knows your name.
Yes.
Doom, 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 doom. And I go around other people that don't look like me, and they celebrate me, and they do and they get my research, they buy the books and all that. And when I come around my people, it's niggardly. It's like this. It's like, oh, when I get my income taxes, you ain't gonna do nothing. You see these
You're
people, they
right.
drinking and smoking, they say they don't have nothing, but we wasting and we do.
You're right. But that's all they've been taught that they are. Right?
You say what, brother?
Most of them people only been taught that they niggers or niggerly, right? So they've been taught that. So it's kind of a you got to unlearn some of these things that you've been taught. That is the biggest challenge for our people, most definitely, because you've been taught that you are a nigger or niggerly, right? So they've been taught that, so they have accepted it instead of wanting to know that there's a higher consciousness within.
But normally when
And you got
people
all
go
the answers.
Normally, when people go to the hospital or to the doctor, they have admitted to themselves something is wrong and they say, I want to heal.
Come
So
on.
they go to the specialist to see, you know what I'm saying, if they can get some advice to help them heal themselves. So we do realize that the programming is deep. You know what I'm saying? It is what you could label as a chronic illness because it happened over time and it happened after consuming so many bad foods, quote unquote, per se. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that look like us that need that healing because they have these chronic illnesses of being, programmed. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you can give somebody some good advice about what to eat, what to put in their body, and they will ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some people even die like that. But then that's the same thing with the science. You know what I'm saying? You'll give them all the good information and they'll still die living on the lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
It's a
I ain't got no
choice.
answer for it, but I just kind of see what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
then
that's
too,
that choice, man. Like people like you, I agree with you because I talk to people and they definitely be like, "Oh yeah, well we gonna die anyway." That'd be the dumbest. I ain't gonna lie. If it's one thing I do hate, I hate when people reply that. We gonna
yeah.
die, duh. But why not live your best of the best while you still here in the flesh?
You were saying something, Zoe?
No, I was saying to chime into what Brian was saying is that also with that doctor scenario, you do have also, the philosophy of the placebo. Like people think something that they've been doing so long has been working for them, but really it haven't. It's a trick. Just like when you say, "Oh man, why you still eating this and that?" And they say, "Oh man, Big Mama ate this and she lived to so and so and so." But like, wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Just because, you know what I mean? Like, say, like I always give the analogy, like if I raised a family and I fell down and I broke my arm, and next thing all my kids got cast. And I say, well, y'all arm ain't broke.
But ain't that the trick?
They looking at
Ain't
me
that the
like
trick?
Yes,
I
sir.
ain't teach y'all that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the trick.
You see? And my
And it's
dad's
always a new
birthday.
trick coming up.
Yeah, my dad's birthday in a couple of days on March 9th. My dad getting ready to be 79.
It's fine.
I'm my dad's teacher. My dad educated, been a boss all his life, grew up in scripture, everything. I'm my dad's minister.
Take it to the next
I'm
level.
my professor's minister. My professor got the Messiah. He's the potentate out here at the Scottish Rite Hall out here, which I go to and lecture a lot. I'm his minister.
But that's how it's supposed to be. Everybody has
Take
their
it to the next
seasons.
level.
Just like, when you get into, I did a little bit of studying on the Rosicrucians, right? So when you get into the life of Jesus or any of the great teacher, it comes to a point to where they teach their elders, and then it comes to a point to where they not conclude from the ministry, but they become counsel to other people who's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's supposed to be.
I keep telling people, like when they be saying, I be like, I'm being poor. What? To go counsel other people that ain't even melanated. Here it is. European Jews want me to teach them the Catholic teachings and the Jewish teachings because they know I know it. They be looking me up like, oh, our priest, he was your professor at GCU. They call me Melchizedek. I got all their teachings. I got all their holy books in the original languages. I'm telling you facts. I can't keep doing this. Do what I be saying. People be like, oh, I don't get paid to do this. I ask for donations, and then I get people taxes and receipt. Like we still, before I even get into our teaching, Brian, people still don't know tax exempt status. It's still falling on deaf ears. We still giving our money away to Uncle Sam's. I'm talking about households. We should understand the dynamics of tax exempt status. I teach this stuff. And right now, it's so-called tax time. Black people think that they getting the tax return, don't they? Don't they? Don't they,
Yes.
Brian?
Most
See,
definitely.
and we talk about the lack of understanding. I've been teaching. Okay, well let's do some teaching because we all should know this. Okay, the first thing, how much Uncle Sam take out your check out of the whole year? Most people couldn't tell you that, can they, Brian? Let's be honest.
Most definitely.
Thank you. Right off the dribble. If a person don't know, because I know based off the job that if I'm working a 9 to 5, which I do, and I say, okay, this is how much I allow Uncle Sam to take out my check. I don't allow Uncle Sam to take out none out my check. Why? Because I'm a minister. I'm tax exempt for the federal government. And I know a certain portion I can donate to that. But back to my brothers and sisters, how much do Uncle Sam take out your check out of the whole year before taxes, which is your gross? When you get a job, ain't it a certain percentages that they ask you how much you want to be took out your check? Yes or no?
Yes.
When you fill out the W-2, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you most definitely can elect the percentages.
Mhm.
I mean, what? I mean, we all, everybody working. We don't know this. So you just get a job, you just really just filling shit out.
No, you got
No,
to
you
put
definitely can select a
got to put your
percentage.
allocations
But I
in.
just can't. It's been so long since I had my first hire date. I don't remember if they went over that in the pre-hire, but I know they do have financial apps, you know what I'm saying, where they show how much you get paid. And on that app, it's called ADP. You can select if you want to a certain percentage, a portion, or you can go exempt as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely true.
Thank you, Brian. So when I be talking to our people, did everybody be quiet as hell? I'm like, damn, don't everybody here got a job? Yep. Well, I'm talking to you then, damn it.
Well,
What you talking
you're
about?
embarking on some knowledge that most people just go with the what do you call it? Go with the flow, right? Without questioning things because through the school systems that we go to, it's almost they're telling you to go with the flow, right? And so when you get to become an adult through, how most people grow up, it's not to challenge things, right? It's not to have critical thinking. It's to go with the flow, go with the norm, right? And most of the norm is fill out this paperwork, this is your job application, yada, yada, yada. And it's not to read what you should, right? But it's not. The norm is not to read all that information to
But I
figure out
disagree.
what you can and can't do.
Once again, I disagree. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's that niggerly stuff. Once again, I'm
Right.
not black. I don't agree with that. If somebody puts something in my face, I ain't just gonna sign some shit. Excuse my candor. Like that's an excuse. You get a contract, and then after you want to sue. What? Did you read the contract? You come to my court. Did you read the contract? No, I just signed. Man, get the hell out of my court, fool. Do you know how to read? Yes, I know how to read. I'm gonna ask you all this shit before you hang your stupid self. Watch for can be for the record. Do you know how to read? Are you literate? Yes, absolutely. I know how to read. I know how to write cursive. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, this contract only 10 pages. Here it is. You don't want to read it. Get out my court. Matter of fact, I'm locking you up for contempt of court. Why? Because I can.
Islam. So
God
you know
damn it.
what? Islam. And you know what I just dawned on me too, that the 18 missing years of Jesus that we spoke about in regards to being removed or not in what we call canon in the Bible, that is key because it shows the instruction that Joshua received and the teaching that he would come into, and also being taught by Mary and Elizabeth and all that. But what happens is because we in this false reality as a people that you just gonna wake up osmosisly and know all of the shit that you know. Like you don't got to go do no training. Like you don't have to be initiated. Like you don't have to see, because when this thing is removed, it throws a veil over the fact that you got to actually learn some shit.
Thank you, Alonzo. Thank you. This should be killing me when these niggas on the science. What the fuck is you talking about?
Dang.
Islam. So I can speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Before coming in here, I didn't really know too much about being exempt, going doing the percentage thing. But the one thing I can say that I did know and I learned from peers and people in my neighborhood is, hey, bro, put extra dependence on your shit. You know what I'm saying? That way you can, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of
criminal stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But not even, but due to my environment, that's kind of what I learned. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Once I did know better, I did do better. But at first I didn't know any better. I thought, just get a job. And how can you say I was coming from a poor environment? So I was just happy to be getting a income. So I was like, shit, just let me sign up for the job. Let me get the job. I'm gonna go here, work, get paid. Boom, that's it. And I did that for a number of years. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I had my first job like at what, 16, 17 or whatever. So I did that for a number of years. And I met y'all at like what, 28. So imagine all that money that was gone. But I didn't know. And if I had have known, because I know it's people out there just like me. So that's why I'm saying it. So if I had have known, you know what I'm saying? If I had have known, things would have been better. But I know now. You know what I'm saying? So
Brian,
that's the blessing.
and that's what I'll be saying. You know now. You got to know how many people that don't know. You got to know how many people right now is in church right now that don't know. Me and my dad was just talking. We was cracking up. He was like, son, these people don't know. He was just talking to people. He was like, so you go to church? Yep. And we were talking to two of his friends. He was like, yeah, we donate 40,000 to the church. He's like, my wife give about 20,000 each year. I give about 20. He's like, about 40,000. And my dad said, do you get a tax exempt receipt? Allow me. He said, what's that?
For real.
My God.
I'm being straight up on it. This is somebody my dad know. Somebody my dad hired. One of my dad's directors. You know, he retired. Like, no, he was like, I don't even know what that is. He said, you see? So he was like, no, we pay our tax. We have to pay tax because him and his wife in a high tax bracket. So my dad said, so y'all donate 40,000 to the church and your pastor don't give you a tax exempt receipt? He said, I never knew what that's about.
Me either. See, I got it. I mean,
what kind service is. That's what I be telling people. I say, so when you work for the church, everybody be wanting $1. In-kind services, whatever you do for the church. Brian, you lecture, you administer it. It's work you do. Malik, you the health and wellness. Alonzo do all our graphic design. Maso is our herpist. We do things. People, we get suits and turbans. We ministers. We missing it. And so when we get a job, we put on there, a lot of us that don't know, I want Uncle Sam to take this much. Why? Because I'm going to get a tax return. Okay, so how much is Uncle Sam taking out your check each month, each time you get paid, whatever, and how much have they took for the whole year? And then you tell me how much you got from tax return. Don't tell me all the people you put on there talking about dependents because you ain't got none. That's fraud. So tell me how much Uncle Sam took out your check for the whole year and how much you got back. And tell me, did you get a tax return? Or tell me, did you get a small tittle of what they took from your check out the whole year? Answer that.
You were exactly right. They took it. You're right. They took it. I didn't know about the tax. I knew about the when you donate to church, because the church I went to, they would send you your tax exempt receipt, what you donated, so you could write it off on your taxes. But it wasn't like a conversation in the household. My dad said, "Oh, this is what you put that with your taxes, right?" And then it was never like a conversation to build on. I never knew about in-kind services as being a youth having a job at 16 years old. So nobody taught me these things. So I look back on it now and be like, wait a minute. So when you was in a choir, that was also in-kind services, right?
Yeah.
If you were a musician, right? In-kind services, right?
Yeah.
If you do Sunday school, in-kind services.
Yes.
So all those things that you do for the church could be write-offs for in-kind services. And this is just, the things that I've learned since I've been here. And I'm like, man, those in-kind services. Now, that's one thing that I know that the church didn't do that I attended. They did give you your donations for your taxes and receipt, whatever you donated to the church. I did get those things from the church that I attended. But the in-kind service was not a thing that was talked about. And that's way in depth where the community could, the congregation can help the community and the church and the kids and so on and so forth. That's huge.
So can I ask a question? I don't know if this would be off topic or whatever, but so what do you imagine the head of the house or the pastor or whatever benefits from not telling the people this stuff? I would imagine he would benefit more if he did tell them this stuff. So what could be beneficial to them to not, or do they not know themselves?
Well, that's that's right on point. I love this. It's both. It's yes and no. Some know, some don't know. Now, I only say that because I'm giving people credit. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, Noble Alonzo, and because every pastor they should know that if you're a church, you tax exempt for the federal government, religious, charitable, and scientific. You tax exempt if you're a church. Now you can have nonprofit status or other tax exempt structures in there, but everything fall off that umbrella. So I don't know why they don't know this. That's why I be saying all my European colleagues do. That's why I be telling people I'm not black, and then that's that gatekeeper stuff. Then some of them be under the FBI, which is the faith-based initiative, and they have to teach government-mandated sermons.
Mm-hmm. And that's where you talk about the difference between the Catholic Church and the Baptist churches, right? Where you Catholic churches have the client attorney privileges, and the Baptist churches don't.
No, because you're black.
What was the name of that type? What was it? What would you say the difference in the teachers
Client
was?
or lawyer confidentiality. Black people, according to science law, the black preacher will get subpoenaed. If you come testify and everybody say, well, he told Pastor Corey Goodman of Mount Olive Baptist Church, I already done say I'm black. This is the first black Baptist church, so I ain't got no rights. So what they gonna do? Subpoena me. But the Catholic priest, you got client and you get, it's like lawyer and client confidentiality.
Right.
That's why when I ask people about Sopranos, did I say, do y'all see the big picture? What Sopranos all about? Yeah, they gangsters. No,
I do.
Look at the big picture. They were through the church.
The first episode.
They were through the church. Everything was through the church. They knew that was tax exempt. All the business went through the church. Did you see the priest? Every time they went kill somebody, what did they do? They went talk to the priest. They got some shit off of them.
They go confess.
All the gangsters, what they wouldn't did in the neighborhood, in the community, drop money off to the priest. He knew them all. He went to school. What he did, everybody, don't you know, right now, if you're a drug dealer, you can come right to my church, drop $1 million off and walk right out of the tide box, and I can use it to help people.
Yep. However you choose fit.
Yeah. And then when it comes to us working with our tax dollars, we willingly giving it away. It's sitting in the private banking system. So all this stuff I'm telling us, and the person just wanted, we get a lot of these poor Moors, they get so engulfed with a whole bunch of nonsense, paper pushers. I call them paper terrorists, and everybody be broke. And then they wives be working. They don't know how to cipher that money to the movement and do some real, to get a brick and mortar, to buy some homes in your community under the religious organization, to do all these things, to do good work, to have your own schools, to do everything in ministry, to have all your brothers in different areas set up as ministers so we can take advantage of things.
They want to scam. That's the cold part. They want to scam. They don't want to help. And
so that's all this what we're talking about, y'all. We have to get over all that.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's what I'm saying. We have to get over all that. Like, look at the current events. We could talk about the science all day. Let's be critical. Let's be real. What's going on right now? Negroes talk about some blackout yesterday. Negroes talk about they ain't shopping. What's today? It's going to be the big day when everybody go spend all the money they ain't spent yesterday. Where you going to go spend it at? You ain't going to no stores that you know. You're going right to the places that you didn't spend on Friday.
Facts. I read that. I read that and I posted it, but I read it, I saw it, I posted it, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen.
Hell, this shit's stupid. We ain't nothing but consumers. Oh, look, we messed their money up. We ain't messed nobody money up. What are we talking about?
So like, collectively, right? Collectively, what would be a better move to make, you know what I'm saying, as a people, opposed to just stopping, buying dumb, I ain't gonna say dumb shit, but stop just thinking we doing something, but we really setting ourselves back.
Thank you, Brian. This will I be okay. What churches? Because that's where most black people go. We need to have the people in there to talk about who we are as a people, historically and religiously. We have to, our nationality and our spirituality have to be brought up. That we're not Negro, black, and colored, and African American. We have to agree on the Constitution. The Constitution was never abolished. We can't agree on who we are. You got misnomer black people right. We ain't no Moors. The Moors killed the African. What the? Somebody always kill somebody. What can you talk about? Your uncle, your homeboy killed your homeboy. Negro killed my brother. What we talking about?
The first step is knowing who you are.
Yes. It's like the first step in the family. Death is death. People have them Negroes in Chicago, them kids, they killing each other all day. You go into the continent of Africa, you got those militants, they killing all day. We don't know history. When you're dealing with history, Leopold put the feds on those Africans. If you gonna fight, or you gonna be a slave in my army and help me conquer this. That's what Leopold did to the poor Africans. Hell, yes, in Patrice Lumumba, when they assassinated Patrice Lumumba, it was they his own people went against them when the Belgium did that. That's all through history. Hell, but what about the Big Six that sold you out and called you Negroes? What about all this? What about the COINTELPRO? What about everybody that did the Panther movement? Do you understand?
Yeah,
like, we're crazy. We don't know history. We can't agree as people. Then you got Hebrew Israelite. We Hebrew Israelite. And then when you sit down and try to have an intellectual conversation with them with the scriptures, which I do with scholars, they like, man, everybody can listen to you because a Hebrew Israelite is an oxymoron. Hebrew is hard to see.
The lack of knowledge, right, is where we need to start. That's where we need to start. We got to be knowledgeable about history, civics, law. and nationality, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the order of all today. That's the order. If we talk about what 14th Amendment, we see this the thing with people. We so colored crazy. Now everybody's worried about Trump. I ain't worried about Trump. Trump don't know what he doing. But he don't and he do. What he doing is opening up Pandora's box. But Negroes don't know history. They too blind to see. Stevie Wonder can see what's going on.
For real.
I'm just being honest, Noble Malik. I can talk about the science and all this stuff all day. Ooh, that was heavy, don't mean we still what Negroes do. Still Negroes.
True that.
Still making the stand that we finna march. We some DEI. You don't even know what DEI mean. Negroes didn't know what DEI was until this year.
For real.
I know for real.
That's a fact.
Oh man.
I mean, they get it. And they don't even talk about that because Trump. They don't even know what's been going on. Most black people that never deal with politics. I ask them, I say, what's the Democrat agenda? What you mean? Or what you mean? We black. I know, what's the Democrat agenda? I know the gay agenda, per se. I know the LBG. I know their agenda. I know the Jewish agenda. What we talking about? I know the Republican agenda. But when you ask these black people what the Democratic agenda, couldn't even tell you. We black. I ain't black. I just told you I ain't black.
Take your money and spend it.
No, you a consumer. You gonna hold your money on. Listen to Al Sharpton, and Al Sharpton was a damn federal informant with the mob. Oh, I ain't lying. What? That's why I be laughing. And so we need to learn. Our preachers need to be our teachers, like the Bible says. In Titus, it tells you its qualifications. Fact check me to be a pastor or a teacher. And you can check me off every one. Point blank. Point blank. So that's what I'm saying. Nationality is the order of every day. I don't care what nobody say. We still got preachers out here and teachers that say they're heavy teaching that black stuff. We got the black Hebrew, like we got the black this. According to science and law, black means death. Black was never used to describe ethnicity in the first century. So anybody talking that black mess, I'm looking at you with a side eye. I'm looking like you got doo-doo on your hand. Like on what's that Money Train when Martin was going to look for that diamond and the police chief, he saw him putting that stuff and he looked like, man, you ain't wash your hand.
Oh yeah. When he was up in the roof, that's funny.
My emperor said ball juice.
Right. Jockey's face. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm gonna give a little. Anybody got anything? Because I want to give a little history. But that's where it needs to be in our churches, in our schools, in our halls, in our Masonic halls, wherever we gather. What we need, the right. I don't care if that one individual need to be traveling all over, like Farrakhan, whatever. We need this person to come and teach our people from history, from day one, our babies from day one, to show that this is written, to show in history, biblical, all that. If we got a LeBron James in every dispensation, a Michael Jordan in every dispensation, a good rapper, why we can't have a holy man? Why everybody got to be the last or I'm the resurrected prophet? That's false. I ain't no reincarnation, no damn Noble Drew Ali. That's blasphemy to my mom and my dad, boy. I'm Kareem Hakeem Goodman Bey. I'm Sheik Kareem Goodman Bey. No reincarnation of no another Negro. Got me bent.
Hey, you would think LeBron James would be a lesser player if he said, I'm the reincarnation of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
The insanity of these brothers and sisters, Brian.
But Sheik, I did have a quick question before you do.
Absolutely, brother.
So when it's dealing with the politics, is the platform like synonymous to the agenda? Or like you have a democratic platform and a Republican platform? Will you find their agenda in the platform? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking.
Great. You said great question. Woo. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw it back on you. And you don't have to answer in that way, but ask me, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Did people vote? Did people vote? Because when people ask me questions, I'm gonna answer with the question I asked you. So did you vote?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. Did you vote Democrat or Republican?
Neither.
Neither.
What did you vote for?
Law and policy.
Oh, well, they're the answer. Okay, so the next person, you're asking, people got to be honest. Did a person vote? They might say, yeah, I voted. What? They'll say Democrat. I say, what's the Democrat agenda? Crickets.
Yeah, I ain't vote. But I was looking.
But you said, okay. So now let's continue. Okay. So you say you didn't vote, and I would say why? Aren't you an American? Yep. So this would not be telling people when people they don't ask questions. We don't debrief when we do things. People to take things and say, well, shit, you said this. I ain't said a damn thing. I gave you motherfucking information. Excuse my candor.
Yeah, you guys.
This is how people be doing me, Brian. I ain't say you. This is how people do it. I ain't tell you to do that shit.
Yeah.
I gave you information. You make a sound decision. Do good business.
Period.
So when a person say they ain't voting, I say why? Well, you said this. I'm not saying you, Brian. You said, well, I heard one of your lectures. You said it was Democrat, and I said, okay, well, if you vote Republican, I said, well, what's your Republican agenda? If that's the stuff that you like, I ain't got nothing to do with. That's cool. If you say, hey man, I ain't Democrat or Republican, I vote for law and policy. That's cool. But I hope you know what you're doing.
Islam.
That's my answer to that. So when it's the agenda, no matter if I like it or not, the agenda that you vote for, whatever the CEO of your world or whatever you like, I hope do whatever that a party you vote for, you rocking with the agenda of that. I ain't here to argue because I know what law and policy is. I know what when people be voting, when I say no president is selected, they already elected. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The electoral colleges and all this stuff. I know the game. I be telling people, I'm gonna always be transparent. I tell people day one, I'm part of Philosophical Research Society. I'm part of a special group. I have access to a lot of things nobody has. If you're a Freemason, a Greek fraternity, a college graduate, anything you think you know under some religion, I got all your manuals. And it's not me being no dickhead, just me from the work I've done and the initiation that I'm a part of that I bring back to y'all. Yes, so we talk about politics and things. I say, why we ain't gonna do business and we in America? Then a person say, well, I put other. What's other? You done voided out the contract. Just like the SF 181 form, I be breaking these things down to give it to a person. Then once you get the information, then it should illumination, a light bulb moment should come on in. It's like, well, I just got to know who I am.
Mark, all that applies.
One of these forms put in front of your face. You fill out who you are.
So Mark, all that applies.
You say what, Malik?
Mark, all that applies. Check all that applies.
Yes. So when we dealing with politics, I know people don't deal with politics because we be listening to these Moors and all these people talk about this sovereign citizen and this false teaching and all this. Do we fill out the census? Hell yeah. If you know who you are, the census, it didn't ask you, is you a Moor? It said ethnicity pertaining to race. You don't know who you are? That's what I be telling people. So when we doing things, it's not being taught. That's our fault. We got to get the right ones to do this. And it need to be taught where all of our people gathering at. Nobles where? The churches. Okay. Hell, Farrakhan go to the church. I heard Farrakhan teach, and I love all my brothers. I heard Farrakhan teach about some Million Man, some Willie Lynch at the Million Man March. That's where a lot of misnomer black people first heard of Willie Lynch because they ain't read it nowhere. Am I right or am I wrong? Or they heard it in a rap song by Talib Kweli, right?
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm telling you, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Excuse my candor. I ain't dissing. I ain't dissing Farrakhan. I'm an educator and a scholar. I'm telling you, it ain't no Willie Lynch letter. I'm telling you the language is off. I'm telling you black wasn't used in that. I'm telling you how it's spelt is all off during that time period. If it was a Willie Lynch letter, it would be in the Library of Congress. I'm telling you this from scholarship. I don't care who's saying it. If my dad was promulgating that, I'd be like, Dad, you lying. And I'd be like, that ain't right, Pops. He'd be like, well, prove it. I just did. If you promulgating some root stuff and you say your mom and them, and they get on TV and say Alex Haley and they say Kunta Kinte or that black people lineage, and I'm gonna say you a lie, ain't no truth in you. That's a made up crap by a European named Harold Colander, and you start snotting off at the face. No, this is our history. Alex Haley wrote roots. And you teach this stupid shit in school, and I pull out the book. African by a European named Harold Colander. That's a lower level Mason. That's freezing. If he was alive, he wouldn't even be saying nothing around me.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So when our people be doing, we do this to we do it. Oh, Willie Lynch. Oh, Roots Kunta Kinte. Made up. He got sued too. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you saying entertainment.
This is what I'm saying. Us. We the laughing stock. Here go another one, Brian. With these pro-black Negroes? Oh, the Bible is some white man book. I'm gone. I'm not entertaining no dumb. I'm done with that stupid shit. I'm not having a conversation with stupid black people. I'm not having another conversation with no goofy Hebrew Israelite that's dressed up like the sea fucking monster. Arguing with people all day. Talk about that picture of Caesar Borgas ain't right, but then they got the picture of that J.J. Evans drew on Good Times of Jesus. 2 fucking false images.
Come on, man. That's true.
What's wrong with us? I'm done with all this. I'm done. That's what I said. I'm gonna be done with this dumb shit. No disrespect. If I can go to gatherings of Europeans and they listen, they don't say shit, and they study and they read, they might be in there singing. But they know what it is. When I go to their Masonic hall, they got everything I talk about laid on the Masonic table. When I deal with these Negroes, they're in there drinking.
Well, see, that's the difference, right?
I'm
They got it all laid out, and our church is promulgating the BS. That's the difference.
And I've been in the fire. Just like the Moors, we talk about the temples was infiltrated. Ask them Negroes what temple they've been to. Tell them to go get they adapt paper from the temple. I don't even pull that shit out. The people I know, I tell y'all, the Moorish consulate, where you see those names in there, he did. He was getting people to file fake taxes. I see y'all all this.
So, when you say infiltrate, right?
Yes.
Let's address that. That's a level of accountability that people aren't being accountable, because if you got infiltrated, that means somebody made a mistake and didn't do their due diligence when they let certain people in. And I'm gonna say it happened to the Black Panthers, right? You got infiltrated by somebody who looked like you, right?
Yes.
Because there's always somebody who looked like you that's infiltrating you, right? So you got to do your due diligence and assume responsibility when you get infiltrated. Pure point blank.
Yes.
You got to be okay with letting people go.
Yes. Everybody, we all got these feathers on, all that. I know more than they ever read the Moorish Quran. And they on there talk about, well, I teach civics. Okay, what? Oh, I have law classes. You got a law degree? You had no, but I don't know law. Library. I don't even know what a library is.
Right.
I don't.
That's fruit from a poisonous tree.
Thank you. People be celebrating stupid stuff. Like that's something. Oh, I dropped out of school in the 12th grade. That's some honor? Like people be honoring dumb stuff. Oh, these white school, they can't teach me nothing. Well, but you read, man, all like John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Francis Cross Wilson, Amos Wilson. We talk about scholars, educators that written book, Chancellor Wilson. We talk about scholars. What these fools talk about? These ain't no whole bunch of Negroes that just think they like Noble Orlando said, just magically woke up and wise. Please. I got years of doing this. And so I want to give a little history of the name Negro and its evil origins. And I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do about 15, 20 minutes. I'm just going to sum it up real fast. And I'm going to jump into the amendments in our Exhumed of the Nation, which a lot of people don't read, but they have it. Oh, I got that. I knew a dude, man, every book that I had, I got that. He had a file. And he was the most retardedest Negro you would meet. And my wife right here, you hear her laughing. You know I'm telling the truth. I'll be telling true stories. My wife be like, this man ain't lying. I done met a whole bunch of retarded old fool Moors get their ass in trouble when I have my building out here. Here it is, I done met these Moors. This man talk about he's some sheep, they don't even got a building. A whole bunch of bum niggas. Excuse my candor. I'm keeping it 100. A whole bunch of bums. You deal with a whole bunch of bums that be living off women. These Negroes be bums. They feds be dirty as hell. Excuse my candor. Ain't never read the Moorish Quran. Well, what you promulgating? Well, I'm teaching people they national. Man, go sit down. Bums. Trying to use, after they say they ain't a part of the law, Drayshawn, then they want to use the law to try to sue. What is wrong? Here it is, grown people talk about this, the Consulate General of Morocco. Grown people my age, Drayshawn, you 28, and here it is, a man my age on the internet that's fucking 48 years old, and people around him, and people think he's the Consulate General of Morocco. Are you niggas stupid?
And my son is Spider-Man.
Yeah, And here it is, a young man, Dre Sean, will get caught up listening to some old fools. He's the college in Morocco. He's the president of Morocco. It's a fucking basement.
That's crazy.
This the stupid shit that's going on. Sovereign citizens or cancel corporate debt. That's Roger Elvick stuff. But we ain't gonna talk about it. Man, we need to. That's the problem, Brian. We got a whole bunch of fools since the COVID came out that went on Amazon and bought a Feds or went to George Lottery and watched some videos and bam, point blank. And we ain't gonna talk about it. You got a whole bunch of Negroes that's criminals. Anybody that's using Black, African American, and then talk some religion, I don't care if it's Islam, I don't care if it's Christianity, them Negroes don't know nothing. I'm sorry. And I don't care about nobody religion. I don't. But let me give a little preface as we proceed. The name Negro, its origin and evil use, is Richard B. Moore's critical examination of racism, semantics, and the use of language as tools of oppression. The publication of this book in 1960. So here it is. This book was written in 1960. When I say this book was before me, it's before you. And then when I get with real history, we don't even have to question that. But it came at a time of rising demands for the recognition of Afro-Americans as a full citizen of the United States, entitled to all rights guaranteed by the Constitution. So when people talk about 1866, but then I go before 1866, which I showed y'all what? The Freeman's Constitution, I showed y'all. So what's a freeman? Ancient Amazighian. A freeman, we got to know this. The civil rights struggle was moving into full gear with greater militancy. Segregation in education, transportation, and recreation have been struck down by the courts. Voting rights and access to holding elective officials were on the verge of realization. Most Negroes don't know the 13th, the 14th, the 15th Amendment. Most Negroes don't know the manumissions. Most Negroes don't even know what Reconstruction laws is. They don't know. They don't know. But they'll say there's some 14th Amendment Negro slaves, and I laugh at them. I don't got no time for that. I don't have no time for no slaves, no Black person, none of that, because all that's synonymous to slaves. And economic democracy was on the horizon, blah, blah, blah. But for more, civil rights had human relations were closely interrelated. Language use needed to be examined. Like I be telling people, the language, when people talk about we Black and we this, I'm not dealing with nobody, no preacher, no teacher, no Mason, no Muslim. You talk that Black stuff, I'm not rocking with you. That's my choice. I love you. I'm staying far away from you. Richard Moore was not representative of the type of philosopher who withdrew from society to develop ideas and transmit them to mankind in written form. So what I'm saying, as I sum it all up, the man did what he could do. He might have been limited in his wisdom, but he did what he can do. Maybe he was afraid to go too farther, but he said, I hope this piece of literature, when the brothers get it, they can add on. That's what I do. I'm not here to destroy, I'm here to fulfill. Stay with me. On the contrary, he was a warrior who charged in battle with a small select committee. Here go my small select committee that should be spreading the word as Jacobites, as apostles. He led the charge with the spoken word, befitting an orator whose skill combined the selection of precise phrases with a perfect sense of timing, emphasis, enunciation, and modulation. When Moore had become thoroughly convinced that there were others who shared his convictions, he organized a committee to present the truth about the name Negro. In the early 1960s, following a series of lectures on African religion before Judaism, same thing that Dr. Ben did, and Christianity presented at a loft in Harlem that he designed, Moore's Gallery. The same way I do now, I teach it. If y'all say y'all like Dr. Ben, I like Dr. Ben. Well, Dr. Ben taught just like, I'm teaching just like Dr. Ben. But I'm adding value. If Dr. Ben was alive, he'll be standing there smiling right now. Like this is what I'm talking about, brother. More advanced analysis of the term Negro. He traced the association of the word to the beginnings and development of the slave trade and demonstrated how the term continually conveyed connotations of inferiority. I ain't say the ancient Nagas, which the European boy within the spelling bee, he had to spell Nagas. He asked, can you put it in a sentence? Can you get me the etymology of the word or the origin in the word? Then he got ancient people from Abyssinia. Naga. Then he spelled it the right way. He ain't say niggas. But then if you say Niger in the Bible, what's short for Niger? Nigeria. As he explained in the foreword of the first edition, the members of the audience endorsed the suggestion to form the committee to present the truth about the name Negro, and plans were made for the presentation of a formal lecture. The name Negro, its origin, purpose, and evil use, was presented on May 29th by Moore at the United Mutual Life Insurance Company building. The committee adopted a resolution introduced by attorney Percy E. Sutton calling for a change of the name. And then in your Exhuming of the Nation, it said, what should we call them? Delegate Rawlings. Y'all know what page is on the Exhuming of the Nation? It's in there. I'll be breaking this stuff down and people be like, what should we do? I've been saying it all over. I don't know how many more times I can teach this stuff.
You just broke the whole word. Nagas and Negro, they're two different, and everybody think they're one and the same, and they be mixing them and mixing them. You just cleared it up, so gratitude.
But Malik, all you gotta do is the little European Albion try like what's smarter than every grown Negro here. Why? Because he said, okay, before I even attempt to spell something that I'm just gonna think arbitrarily, what's the origin of the damn word? What's the root of the word? Can you use it in a sentence?
That's what he did.
Oh, okay. Moore was urged to publish an expanded, substantiated version by the text was ready for publication. Moore had presented a second lecture at St. Leonard's African Orthodox Church, located in Brooklyn. So what am I saying, why it ain't being promulgated? Because most of the Negroes at churches, they ain't gonna let, a holy man ain't coming in. Well, wait a minute. Well, why this man in Arizona and he's teaching the same thing at the churches when he lectured to the Europeans and the Masons, and y'all say heavy, and y'all got this man. Who the fool? Who the fool? Not me. New York, June 27, launched publicity, released in the press, including a special letter to the New York Times, and mounted a campaign to solicit support for the committee. The two addresses and pertaining related documents were published by Moore under the incorporated name Afro-American Publishers before the end of the year. Both hardcover and softcover editions were issued. All the books I gathered and compiled on my own dime. I ain't asked nobody to collect. I'll say, to collect somebody to make a book. I just said, hell, I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna edit it, and whatever. I got my own publication. I put it out there. And then the little stuff that I gathered and compiled, here it is, my professor tried to buy the words that I gathered and compiled for $10,000. I had to call my dad in the middle of it. They don't meet me, all my professors to make. We want this book right here you made, but you can't, we don't want nobody else to read it.
Man.
Ask my mom
if that's not powerful, I don't know what it is. But if a Negro was to do it, he'd have sold out.
I could have been sold out a long time ago. What, for a check?
Yeah, but you're not a Negro.
I keep telling people I would sacrificed a lot. I be telling people, y'all, a lot of people here got 10 times more money than me. That's why my professor was like, you gonna buy a building with your own money? They're like, that's stupid. They're like, all this building, like, wow, I didn't pay for this. They're like, the people do that. He like, wow. He like, wow. He like, wow. He like, boy, but if you was a European man, you would already be there. It shows you our people. Excuse my candor. I hate to say this stuff. I hate to say this stuff.
Don't hate to say the truth. It's the truth.
I'm like, I know people got way more money than me. And then I'm like, I don't sacrifice job. They were like, well, it's contingent on you signing this contract, shutting your internet down. They're like, the stuff that you teaching, these kids gonna pay for it. You giving this shit away for free. And asking for donations, don't get shit. They asked me, when you lecture Saturday and Sunday, how much do you make? I said, nothing. Nothing. Zero. Fucking zero. So don't nobody be questioning me about what the fuck I be doing. Excuse my candor. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't get paid. I get a little due for my family. I don't get nothing. And everybody know it. I don't get paid to do this.
Nope.
I'm just keeping it 100. I could have been said, well, all right, well, I'm just going to take this job for 130,000, shut it down. Teach all Europeans, all my books shared with them. Anybody ask me, any brother, you will see me with my friends. I don't care about none of the internet anymore. Why? I'm making money. I don't care. You see me in my Escalade. I'll just be making videos of me riding around with my wife in the backseat of my fucking Escalade with no shoes on. I could have been did that. I could have been did all that. You see my name going, I'm asking for charitable donations. That come on. And then I
They
give
ain't
the
gonna
shit
give you a
right
tax
back.
as a receipt.
And then I give it right back.
Facts.
That's what I said before. People know me. I tell people, go on my YouTube channel and see before y'all met me. I used to take 100 kids to the Phoenix Suns games. Who? Me and my wife. Fill backpacks up. Do marriages. Fly to Vegas. I used to be on what's it called? American Marriage Ministries. I'm probably still on there. I done been in prisons marrying people. All type of stuff. Why? Because that's what they want me to do. Come on, man. I ain't out here no scam artists, know that stuff. If you was going to church, that's why I said I didn't leave ministry because I wasn't successful. I left ministry because they weren't teaching nothing. I created my own. I said, I'm not with this no more. If I'm not going to be the solution, I'm damn sure going to not be the problem. I'm the solution. I'm the change unit. I have to accept that. I have to sacrifice some things. I knew what I was sacrificing. That's why I got the best woman in the world for me. And I'm not no poor man either. I damn sure ain't no bum. That's for a fact. Because I know a lot of people make way more money than me. And I know I got way more than them. I know that for a fact. I know niggas make 100 grand, don't got half the bills I got, and they walk around they fucking knuckles. Like monkeys. Real talk. So let's proceed. I just want to add a little bit of this. Interestingly, Moore did not seek to trace the origin and use of his preferred term, Afro-American. I'm jumping around in the book. I'm hitting bullets because I don't want to read the book. I want you to get it, you know?
Right.
But he would talk about the liberation of us, you know? And it's significant to note that the so-called white media gave scant attention to the agitation against Negro and in favor for African-American. But Negro, colored, African-American are all synonymous to slaves. All synonymous to slaves. Think about this. And the church teach this. I'm not with the cap. I'm a minister. I'm in the God. That's why I can speak on this. I told y'all know my background, all y'all. I stand as the truth teacher. I don't care if it'll fill up the room or clear it out. I'll stand right there by myself like a lion. I'm with the shit. I'm with it all.
Mm-hmm.
And as decades progressed, the established press seemed to develop an unstable appetite for books, articles, and stories on black and blackness. Don't y'all know? In a lot of these colleges in Harvard and Oxford in the basement, they got all our literature. All of it. Everything I be talking about is there. It's there. When I go to the Philosophical Research Society, I told y'all, it's named after Manly P. Hall. And then European Masons be like, oh, I don't know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. From knowledge of history, Moore recognized that there had never been a time in Anglo-America where the word Negro had uncontested acceptance. Repeatedly, there had been the assertion of the African identity. But y'all got it. Do y'all know what page in our Resume of the Nation where it talks about this? What should we call them? Do y'all got that? Do y'all know what page is in there? Y'all got
No,
the
I can say I know what page it is.
Because that's what I'm gonna end it with. I'm giving the person time. Every one of y'all got the explanation. Why I'm lecturing, find it.
I'm pulling it out right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got my hard
He was
copy.
with the fact that despite efforts of African Americans throughout 2 centuries to use the word the Negro,
Oh, it's on
it
Negro. Hold on. I know I got it.
remained deliberately fixed in America lexicon. So
Boom, boom, boom.
let me go to a little bit another bullet.
Oh, what is the Negro? Chapter 2.
Nope.
No.
What
Chapter
page?
2.
What page? No, tell me the page. Tell me the page.
Hold on. Let me get to chapter 2 first.
Tell me the page. Let me finish this. But Moore didn't trace the origin and the use of his preferred term Afro-American as part of his thesis. He didn't trace that. He gave examples of it used, but focused on establishing the historic link between Negro and slavery. So that means maybe he didn't know and he was limited. But see, I ain't limited. Although he acknowledged the right of peoples to name themselves. Now, if the right to people to name themselves, so what do we name ourselves? If we freedmen, the ancient name for freemen is what? Amazigians.
Amazigian.
And the criteria that might appropriately be applied, he did not feel the urgency of proving the historic significance of Afro-American or African-American. That wasn't his mission. He didn't add on that. He was breaking it down Negro, but he might not have known all that. I'm about to break it all down. Their legitimacy was based upon meeting the criteria and the fact that Americans of African descent had already established those terms as meaningful and preferable. No, the hell they didn't. I don't know where black wasn't used in the first century to describe ethnicity. Those were for people that didn't know. Those were for some civil rights Negroes. That was what Jesse Jackson, and I forget what was her name, when they came with that African American stuff and they got paid. What should we call them? Negro, black, or color? And then the
Is
big
that
six
page
got
34?
Huh?
Is that page 34?
Yep, page 31. Yeah, you close, but
31?
you said
Okay.
page 34.
It started, it started on 31.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
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 Yeah, Malik. Come on, brother.
Yeah, then
Yes,
it
sir.
gives you all the I gotta highlight it. So it talks about January, what they called you, February, what they called you, March, what they called you, April was Afro American, right? May, African American, June, Asiatic, because that's their true term, right? July, Moorish American, and then
Okay,
August,
but
yeah.
nationality, race, status. In that, they corrected it. Nationality, race, status. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me finish this part. And we're going to jump in that and we're going to be
3,
done.
4, 5,
The
6,
analysis
7.
that were provided in the name Negro, its origin and evil use, focus upon the concept of color and race as false divisions of human race that are used to perpetuate power. So I want to hit it two more bullets, because I'm not going to go over the whole book. That ain't what I'm doing. In book club Fridays, if everybody want to get some more of my movies, give book club. Y'all can get all the stuff. We have systematically classes we teach here. The name Negro.
And they don't even have to wait till book club. They can hit him up during the week.
Ding, that's another reason why I say we lost Brian and Malik. Why? Because we be out in the wilderness all day tarrying, and here is somebody that we know hell, we just tarry in the wilderness. We getting ate up. Why? And we know someone, oh, they might think about getting saved. After you've been maimed, now you're thinking about it, you got missing arms, missing limbs, your stomach big as hell. You want me to resuscitate that? I gotta bury you. It ain't nothing I can do. I got to bury you. I got to bless you and make you comfortable while you still here.
All blacks were made by design. Hello.
Yeah. So in such chronicle as the Azura, now you hear all these, watch this. They had referred to people above that river as Moors or Azenegues. Azenegues. It's in there. Moors. He said, once again, they have referred to the people above that river as Moors or Azenegues, Azenegues. But when they saw the people south of the Senegal, who were much darker hued and whose weapons were much less powerful than their crossbows and firearms, the Portuguese perceived the possibility of easy conquest and a lucrative slave trade. Thus, they began to enslave African people. In such a chronicle as the Azurara, Azurara, or the Zurara, Zurara, we learn how these slaves were captured, how these good Christian Portuguese knights went ashore, burning homes and torturing people. They took them back to Portugal. Remember the slave trade, the Spanish Inquisition on a significant occasion. Yeah. Henry the Infinite. So Azura and a Cadamosto, Azura and Cadamosto, used Negroes for American slaves. I just want y'all to know this.
You still in Exhuming the Nation, or are you somewhere else?
I haven't even been in Exhuming the Nation yet. I'm about to stop it. We're gonna get right into it. I'm still in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm almost done, Malik. I'm almost there. Watch this. No longer use Moors or Azengues, but Negroes. No more use it. Wait a minute. So we gonna call them Negroes. What? Huh?
Well, guess who's using it? They put it in public schools, right?
Yeah.
That's why they training you.
In the Chronicle of Zurara, as soon as the area south of the Senegal River had been reached, where the modern slave trade was begun by the Portuguese, the designation of the native Africans is changed from Moors or Azengues to Negroes. The Papal Bull, all that stuff, Doctrine of Discovery, which was later transposed into English as Negroes. The Chronicle of the Discovery and the Conquest of Ghana by Gomez, Enos, and Zara states, and I quote, in the subscript of the oldest manuscript, which has come down to us, that it was complete in 1453. The first English translation, made by Beasley and Prestage, was printed for the Hawkley Society in 2 volumes, first 1896, and on page 99 of this volume, the first use in the text of the name Negroes appeared in the description of how Dennis Fernandez Diaz passed the land of the Moors and arrived in the land of the blacks. That is called Ghana or Guinea or Ghana, however they want to pronunciate it. But when the Negroes saw that those in the ships were men, they made haste to flee. But because our men had a better opportunity than before, they captured 4 of them. And these were the first to be taken by Christians. Negro names for slaves differ from Negroes as colored designation. From it appears that the term Negroes as a name for slaves was already in use in Portugal by 1452. Translations and reprints must be checked back to the earliest source materials. The use in the Catalan Atlantis, or the map dated 1375, is obviously that of Negroes, simply meaning blacks. The reference there to Musa Mali as Señor de los Negros de Ghana is correctly translated as Lord of the Blacks of Ghana. The accuracy of the translation is confirmed when it's considered that the author of the map, the Jewish cartographer, remember I talk about cartographers? Abraham Sequez could derive his knowledge of the kingdom of Mali only from what? The Moors. Even if it was procured through some intermediary. For at that time, only the Moors went thither over the caravan routes through the Sahara Desert. All that area, including Mali Empire, part of which was later called Ghana, was known to the Moors in the Arabic language as Bilad is Sudan, which properly translate into English is land of the blacks. They done, man. They know this. So the curse of the biblical patriarch Noah was accordingly interpreted for his evil purpose by Christian ministers of the Gospels of glad tidings and goodwill towards men. The curse was declared to be the true and undeniable word of God, who would thereby condemn the Africans, said to be the sons of Ham. But I told you that was bullcrap. I showed you that. To perpetual slavery to the Europeans, conveniently hailed to the sons of Japhet. They say, and the Asian people similarly demand to be the sons of Shem. But we know all this stuff is made up because they got the same father, but that ain't what I'm teaching them today. As I close with this part, where we at? Oh, we on this. Yep. Recounting how some of the first Moor slaves taken by Anton Gonsalves were exchanged in 1442 for black slaves. Azura appointedly declared these to be slaves accordance with ancient customs. So I don't want to stay too far in that. I hope brothers get this.
That was page 39.
Yep. Oh, yep. So what, Malik? And so when people be talking about, as my noble said, on page 31, on Do Another Nation, it's the Baltimore Evening Sun, Monday, February 3rd, 1992. My noble just broke this down. I'm not even going to read it all. That's what I'm saying, because we done this already. That's why I be laughing at Moors when I say, you know they wrong. You don't beat the world. Anybody can get your own science and use it against you to whoop your ass. Excuse my candor, as they should. They got out when people be going around talking about this is some AA2 number, some trust fund at the end of the rainbow. Clearly you retarded. Clearly you retarded. And we ain't even going to talk about that because we done that. I'm going back to what we say and who we are, what need to be done. Nationality is the order of the day. It need to be taught. We know who everybody else is. We're talking about some $5 Indians, but we still can't agree to who we are. We got religious people. No, we the black Muslim. No, we the black Hebrew Israelite. No, we the black Masons. No, we black Christians. Dead. Put dead in front of everything black. According to science and law, black mean dead. We created in science and law. Come on, y'all. So dead man, dead school, dead idea, dead clothes, dead churches, dead news, dead places, dead. And the history bears witness. The idea of a Negro, color, and black people was never an African philosophy. History will further reflect it took scores of years to beat the black psyche into an isolated people until it became a living part of them. Like Malik said, mental slavery, which is kind of slavery that most Negroes in today. Back then, they was under chattel slavery. The essence of the word chattel is cattle. Cattle farming of humans in America from the African imports and trades are historically known as slavery. Chattel slavery and slavery itself is not new in the nations of the earth. This is what I be telling my brothers and sisters.
And that's not synonymous to skin color.
Yes, even on page 147 of the Exuna of the Nation. This is why I be laughing at Moors. Even our divine creed, when Moors be saying they teaching somebody this. Man, we not to cause no confusion. Stop flashing your ID at Europeans. It causing confusion. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these orders are violated, justice must then take its course. If you don't want to obey these laws, go back to the place the prophet found you. Return your card, button, all that. Then the Negroes, we finna expatriate from this de facto government. Then where you going? You stateless. The stuff is stupid. It's just stupid, y'all. They don't know the 13th and the 14th Amendment when I talk about, well, what's freedom of a black person? Yes. Do a black person got the 5 fifth components? No. They don't have their nationality and their creed, Malik.
That's right.
Yeah. And so as I close, when people talk this 14th Amendment stuff, and I'm going to end with, I don't know if I sent this to y'all, but we're going to read it, the document as we closing out. And I'm going to see if anybody catch it. Watch this. What was it? Damn it. But do y'all got that document? The Freeman?
Yeah, I can't pull it up on my phone right now. Yeah, I do have it because it won't let me do both of these at the same time.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on. I just want to. What was it? 1338? Was it? But anyway, there was no need for the application. I'm about to find it. Of the 14th and the 15th Amendment. I'm talking about the document before 1866, y'all.
You talking about the 1863 did not free single Negro, black, or colored NBC slave to the legal.
No, not that. The document I sent y'all before 1866. It was the and who was the doc? Who? I'm trying to think of the brother. Come on, y'all. The colored men.
The freedmen.
The colored man document.
Hold on. Let me get my tablet.
Before 1866. It'll come to me, but let me read this. But it was no need for the application of the 14th and the 15th Amendment for salvation. Because in 1865 to 70, the amendments have made the determination that the 14th and the 15th Amendment is the sneakiest document of re-enslavement to ever been written. The 14th alone is so crippling that it and devastating until it transformed every U.S. citizen from ignorant sugar cubes to corporate sheets, known as straw men. The power.
Are you talking about the Edgar book?
Huh?
The Edgar book?
No, it's just a constitution. Man. Come on, man. 1830. Let me see. I think I found it. William Yates.
William Yates?
Yeah. Come on, y'all. Y'all got that. I want somebody to read it all as we close. And I sent that to y'all. I remember. I got it pulled up. Let me finish this. And this should give y'all time to get it. And we close it with that. But made them sugar cubes to corporate sheets, known as straw men, within 60 years of the ratification. The power of the South had been its slaves until losing the Civil War. Remember the book Tesler, The Forgotten Cause of the Civil War? If you had a little tittle of this skin in you, you was a Negro. You know, that book cost thousands. We got it. That's why we don't know, Brian. We don't have the history. And when you go on all these platforms like Amazon or Google Books, they sell the stuff for thousands of dollars, and the Negroes don't have that money. I got them all and converted to documents, and you can get it for a fraction of the price. That's what a God man do. If you can go on Amazon and buy a book for $4,000, and here it is, a brother that got it, then you can get it as an ebook, or his brothers can buy it and print it, and we don't get it, and we can worry about money like you selling something. Yeah, that's my business. What the hell you talking about? I'm selling it way cheaper than what they selling on that platform. What we talking about? I do good business. I do good business. Watch this, Brian. The 1863 military strategy of the Emancipation Proclamation and the 1870 Negro Voter Rights Amendment proved the Southern states were powerless without slaves. The 14th and the 15th Amendment brought the South and the North into unit, placing Southerners who were at that time without power. And since the Civil War was primary fought between one brother in blue, the other in gray, the 14th Amendment was actually a legal settlement of an agreed order, which took slavery from the gray dispensation and spread it to every state throughout the United States of the Blue Republic. But these Negroes talk about some 14th Amendment. They don't even know what Trump doing. I ain't with Trump, but I know law. That's all. This is the only way both brothers could settle the long-standing grievance about power owning and sustaining slaves in America. Sustaining slaves. So anybody that's 14th Amendment, you still a slave. It must be remembered the founding fathers and their prosperity were and are fantastically, seriously about their slaves. So much so, they fought their mother country and then each other to keep their precious human chattel. Y'all know it. Research the honorable president of the mighty Sixers Nation, Chief Sitting Bull. Remember him. Research Chief Sitting Bull.
Oh, that correlates with the agriculture law, chattel property. It's in the agriculture law too. It's written in there. We went over that probably over a year ago.
Yes,
yeah, the agricultural law. Blacks, whites, African American, all of that is under agriculture law because that's chattel property.
Yes. And then when you hear a line of lawyers say, "Oh, you free now in persons," you done. I'll stick a fork in that too. A lawyer gonna lie to you.
Yeah. But woe to you, lying lawyers.
Yeah, and I already done proved that. I already done proved that in history. We're like, nope, that person stuff don't mean poo diddly. You know. So as we close, because we've been going an hour and 30, but yeah, it's the William Yates of colored men, 1838. Listen to this. In 1838. Yeah, where I go? Okay. Abolitionist William Yates published the first legal treatise of the rights of the free Black Americans. Yates insisted that all free Americans were citizens who were entitled to the privileges, immunities guaranteed to be citizens. Article 4, Section 2, Clause 1 of the Constitution. But when you go back in history, it was illegal to be a Negro since what? 1838. That's how the Negroes got kicked out of Wilmington when the Europeans came together and created what? The Wilmington's White Man Constitution. What they said, we don't want no Negroes, no councilmen, no nothing. We ain't finna be ran by no Negro. You got 24 hours to get the hell out of town, or we killing all y'all. And I'm just summing it up. Take it how you like it. Yates called for the equal rights of citizenship relating to persons and to things. So how to person and to things? So why would you put your same self in a category as a place and a thing? Think about
that's the agriculture law.
Come on, Malik, they ain't missing.
That's the agriculture law they talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, but the lawyer said, "Oh, we persons, now we're free." Nope, you identify the person, you still a slave. Smart guy. His acquisitions of property by contract and by inheritance, and even the soil which no alien inherits. That was the when Abraham Lincoln defended the Moore Court, the Spencer and Danger case. Blacks could own nothing, could have nothing, could inherit no land, nothing. It became law in 1866 Civil Rights Act. Now watch this, and became one of the fundamental principles underlining the Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. I'm telling you, screw that. Citizenship or persons of color. Citizenship of central importance. It is the foundation key of personal rights. When people talk about we don't need that no more. Oh, so you don't need life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is what they teach in Harvard and Oxford by Charles A. Wiseman. I got it all. I teach scholarship. That's why most of these Moors going to jail.
Declaration of Human Rights.
Yeah, I told y'all. Bobby Hemmett told them back then. All these paper terrorists with feathers on, you going to jail. And I'm telling you, you're going to jail. That sovereign citizen paper terrorist poo diddly stuff. You going straight to jail. Don't pass go. And I know they shaking like Don Knotts. You should. You done messed up, and you done did it all over the internet. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. These Negroes make all these fictitious courtrooms in somebody raggedy ass basement that smell like mothballs. Talk about you in some consulate general court. You a fool. You a fool. And they're gonna use that against you. But who am I? Anyway, in regard to citizenship, this is the subject of great importance, and exclusion from suffrage is a withholding of political rights only. Y'all know what suffrage is in the book, American Black and White. Remember, I showed y'all they whitewashed Oliver Cromwell and Peter Salmon at the Battle of Bunker Hill. And then you see the picture that was in the newspaper, Southern Belle, the European, cutting the hair off the what? The Asiatic
Off the
woman.
more. Yeah.
That's an analogy called suffrage. I'm telling you, he may be kindred from going to a state, or if he enters it, he may be expelled. He may be expelled. What I just tell y'all about the Wilmington's white man constitution, they came together. You may be expelled from what? A state. Wow. If these Albions rise against you, that's what they did. Because why? Because you a slave. We ain't taking no orders from no Negro slaves. You heard me? You ain't the majority in our time, Negro.
And they keep calling you that and calling you, and you buy into it. That's the trick.
I don't got.
That's the trick.
And you know how you can see this in present day, right? You can see this in present day, right? Because when people stormed the Capitol, you know what I'm saying? You got these people who were citizens, they stormed the Capitol, and then a lot of them was able to get tried by the laws. But then you heard other people say, man, if that was quote unquote black people, it would have been a different story. But why? You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't have no law. You don't have no rights.
We just said it. It's us. We call ourselves this. We got to stop this. Oh, well, we want reparations. Black people want reparations. A black person ain't never getting no reparations. Period. According to science and law, black is deaf.
They told us. So like when you go, oh, you black, and we accepted that, right? And so over time, since we accepted it, now we have self-identified as that because we allow. It's like if your name, right, is Jonathan, right, and I'm saying your name is Joe. You Joe, you Joe, you Joe, and then everybody come up. Oh, where's Joe at? He's not Jonathan no more. It's Joe. You Joe, you Joe. You accepted that. No, my name is not Joe. My name is Jonathan. You better get it right.
See?
Period.
And Malik, watch this. When we talk about amendments, the Constitution has never been abolished. People are supposed to defend the Constitution. Okay, so watch the game. Talk about this Fourth Amendment Negro stuff, and then watch right in the Constitution. Yates turns to the Constitution text. Yeah, Malik.
It's almost like
the Constitution never been abolished. When you get a more talk about we gotta change the Constitution and we finna expatriate from this de facto government, man, you a fool. Ain't no truth in you because the Constitution has never been changed. We in the Constitution. Watch.
Right. It's like Kaepernick, right? When I say it's like Kaepernick, right? All people that military protect against foreign and domestic, right? And they fought to protect your rights, correct? Military people. Not one military person had a problem with what Kaepernick did. It's all these non-military people that don't know the Constitution who the one had a problem with it.
Watch this.
Because that's ignorance.
Yes. And states then, remember, the citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in several states. But remember, black people can't be citizens.
Because you're self-identified as having no law, no rights.
Come on. That's the U.S. Constitution, one of the articles, Section 2, Clause 1.
Section 2, Clause 1.
Yeah. Our free African Americans entitled to the privileges and immunities of citizens protected by Article 4 of the Constitution. When it comes to fundamental rights, there is no basis for discriminating against. Watch this. It says free. It says free African Americans. So watch this. When we get into the free Hebrews of Israel Hill, you have the free Israelites and blacks fighting in court for their freedoms. So you telling me it's a difference from free African Americans and slaves? There is nothing to justify it in the English common law, in the British Constitution, or in the Declaration of Independence. These are important and valuable privileges. See? I don't need you to give me no privileges. I got human rights. I hope y'all listening. These are important.
The privilege.
Don't need no privilege.
It's like driver's license, right? They're saying it's a privilege.
I'm putting it up for my brother. They ain't listening.
Yeah.
We gotta pull stuff out of the Constitution and defend the Constitution. It's just like when if I read this and the person said, "Oh yeah, he said that we 14th Amendment Negroes," and you ain't even come to brief. I ain't say that.
So they're saying that they changed the word to privileges instead of rights, right? And they say, free African Americans, you have privileges. Now you telling me that you over me and you telling me what I can and can't do? Nah, we going to what our rights are as human rights. We going to that in the Constitution, hand in hand.
Right. So if when they talk that 1619 when a slave come here on some boat, which is bullcrap, well, what about the ones that was already here? I bet you they ain't call themselves Negroes or slaves. because we didn't call ourselves, that was derogatory to call somebody a Negro and slave back in the day. See, we gonna keep sticking forks in them. We didn't call ourselves that. And these are important and valuable, they say privileges. But then when the people throwing stuff at you, oh, for the record, you got to correct things. Do they belong to free persons of color? If they were white, is contended by they would. But what is white? You got to understand it. So am I white? This is what I be telling people. You got to understand this. White by law, but who am I? The point then turns on a distinction of what? Color. Because I already broke down the history. White by law. Me and Malik broke that down. Nobody had an aha moment in it because our people don't read. They say if you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in the book. I'm talking about all laws. I ain't made up nothing. Everything I'm talking about is in the Constitution laws. Before me, your mama, your daddy, all this shit is old. So it's our brother's fault. Like Carter G. Woodson said, the miseducation of the Negro. Our preachers and our teachers. They lying to us. You see? They lying to us. That's what's happening. Is they say this point and turns to a distinction of color. But such a distinction as basis of fundamental rights. Now you say fundamental rights. What, human rights? You ain't say privileges, did they, Malik?
Nope, they said human rights.
Thank you. That's why I be telling people what's now you should be okay. I got privileges and I got fundamental rights. What's privileges and fundamental rights? It's not recognized by common law of England or the principles of the British Constitution, nor by our own Declaration of Independence. We are human beings. What? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we are Americans. What type of American I am? A Moorish American. Why am I a Moorish American? Because I was born here in America with African, aka Moroccan descent, whatever the hell you want to say. We are entitled to the same rights as white Americans. Oh, but they ain't white. Revelation 29.
Hold on, slow down. Look at the word before Americans. It says white, right?
Yes.
We do look at that as it. People will say that it's a noun, correct? In nowadays terminology, right?
Yep.
It's been adopted as a noun, but here in English, the way this is written, it's not used. It's used as an adjective. So therefore, if white is an adjective, so is black.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So we can take that away and let's use it accordingly and just say as Americans.
Yep. But now we want to be specific. What type of American I am? By choice, I have culture.
Moorish American.
What's my nationality?
White American culture. Asiatic.
I choose to. What's my status? Free white. I know people will erase you and all that. I said, man, I'm not here to argue with you. I just told you who I am. You don't like it. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to like it. I just told erase you. I don't care what you're saying. That don't mean to me. You say you black. You say you some Hebrew Israelite. That's part of that. Hebrew means part in the water. So
you have no rights.
Everybody can be a Hebrew. So leave me alone. They have equal right to liberty. We do. Now watch this. We are human beings and we are Americans. We are entitled to the same rights. Rights. Human rights. It didn't say privileges. It says rights. And what rights? It didn't say civil rights, did it? How? Because white people be like, Europeans like civil rights. What is it? We already know how to be civil. Okay, well, to get civil rights, they got to come from something. What? Human rights. But who am I? White commandments. The 10 Commandments, then you get these people that be all gun-ho Egyptologists, or it's 42 negative confessions. Okay, Negro, 613 mitzvahs. How about that? Do you know what mitzvahs is? Commandments. Now what?
Come on.
Yeah, I know exactly. Have a seat. Free persons of color. Now we talk about free persons of color. Well, what's the difference? It's a free person of color or a black slave? Okay, well, wait, I'm confused. Natives, and then being natives of the country. Oh, wait a minute, now I'm native. So I get the 1820s of color. What do they call Americans? What? The copper color races found here by the Europeans. Oh, so not just this color, no, swarty, blacker than a goddamn sea, whatever. Copper color races. Oh, aboriginals of the land. Oh, different tribes. Oh, the 5 tribes.
What is free persons of color? Are human beings. Well, why just be a human being in general?
Yeah, American. And you talk about you some black. No, it didn't say what a black American. It said what an American is, a copper color race. But if you have culture and things, then you got to tell me what type of American you are.
Culture, which is your divine creed.
You know, we're not no second class. And so when people Malik, I end with that. Nationality is the order of the day. History and religion got to go together. That's what we're saying. And we got to be able to teach this. It got to be able to be taught in our churches. We got to be able to If somebody meets someone like they be having Farrakhan speaking, I love Farrakhan. He be in the churches, but I can go further with the wisdom. I know just as much as that brother know if he's a scholar, and if he's a scholar and an educator, we ain't using no different books. Just like they'll hold up that little red book for the Nation of Islam. I dissected with imams. They were like, well, brother, most people don't read. And the imam, he was like, well, this is just tradition. It ain't law. If you say the square roots of this or the water is this and that, and then I use my compass and square and I say, this not right, this not right. Oh, you mad at me? You got to admit the truth that this is just tradition. Your mathematics is all.
Oh, you should read the rest of this because they're talking about to issue or obey. They are bound to issue, to obey, and to execute process. The law. They're bound to do that, but you have to know it in order for them to hold them accountable.
Malik, I love you, brother. That's why I be telling people, oh, I'm a bay, oh, they are the bay. I tell people, how you going to bring up charges or something if you don't know the law? This is what I be laughing at Moors. You're like, but what? You don't even know the law. You're supposed to defend the Constitution. We defended the Constitution, but if you don't know the Constitution, that's what's happening. Well, I want to expatriate from this de facto government, and your ass still here in America. You don't have dual citizenship nowhere. So what are you now? A domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad. These people stupid. Yeah. I don't want to go. I'm in America. I love to be here. This is the only place you can have nothing and be something. This is the only place people, so-called Indians and doctors, come up from a dictator country and they be doctors and lawyers and their kids go to school. We've been here all our life on welfare. That's what I'm on welfare. They worry about, I don't want to work no more because Donald Trump taking my stamps and my WIC.
Well, the psychosis is fear. I gotta start working all these hours
because Donald Trump cutting off my stamps and my WIC. That's what Nick complained about.
The psychosis is fear, right? The fear of, because they don't understand like nationality is what has the power, right? You identifying not as a slave, right? Because most people say what they've been seeing on the news. I said, so why do you think that the people who, AKA, are getting their head busted, right? And the white dude, I'm gonna just use these terminologies. The white dude get to talk all the crazy shit to the cop, right? And not get arrested, right? I said, what is the difference? They gonna say it's because of their skin color, right? I said, that's not it. That's not it at all. And you keep thinking it is because they have been busting your head because you have been claiming to have no rights. Now, they're not going to flat out tell you. You got to learn to read and learn how to apply law. So when you do go to court, you can defend yourself. I said, but until then, lack of knowledge and us refusing to learn is what's going to keep us, well, not me, but keep y'all in this situation because you're refusing to learn.
Yeah.
And these laws do protect you. And they don't think, oh, it's not written for us. And that's the other one. They say, oh, the Constitution wasn't written for us. I said, why isn't it? I said, well, show me in the Constitution where it says that a black or a white person. Show me. I'll wait. Show me where it says that. Show me. Show me where it says a black or a white. It don't. I said, law does not differentiate black and white people at all. It talks about the human rights, your human and inalienable rights that are protected. Period. I said, don't say white and black person. Well, it wasn't written. I said, show me. Stop telling me. Show me.
Yeah. And be the same way when they do that, like the European Jews, it's anti-Semitic. We don't know nothing. You got too many religious people and religious people that say they the black this, we the black this, and they be like, got these Negroes. But Malik,
they keep going off of how they feel.
Yes. And I say community too. We all scatter. I know European Jews that move people that they get into a group or they all move around with each other. A lot of people be stuck on a job. And this is the psychosis of us too. Oh man, my job. So if you lose your job, what? You ain't who you are? So we don't have no community. Why? We scatter. We be afraid to move around each other. We'll never have nothing collectively. If people ain't willing to put money together and let the head build a temple or school where we all can come and have a brick and mortar, if we ain't gonna move or our mission, when I talk about the great the migration, is us moving around each other in America and having community. But everybody keep talking about a job. We don't own nothing. We don't own no community. We can't walk out the house and walk right there. There go Malik house and there go Brian house. There go Moss. There go mine. We ain't do that. Everybody stuck on a job. That's all. So oh man, I don't want to change it, but I see other people doing it. When I talk to my Jewish people out here, they all move by each other. He's like, man, now when I met priests, I transferred my job. My wife transferred first, and I came out there. Blah blah blah. They say we have to be around. This is a community. They got the internet. They be live, and these people they moved around things. Now they got a real community. They got a real community. That's the only way it's gonna happen. If people ain't gonna accept to have a brick and mortar to where I'm not at home or I ain't renting a space, people can donate and I can buy a building again and people can come, but we ain't there, you know, and that's it too, Malik. I say we not together. I know too many people, they be eating together, they be coming together. We only have a meet and greet once a year. They be meeting shit. I talk about my Jehovah's Witnesses, even though a lot of people trying to hate because they be having party or whatever, but they be meeting way more than that. They say you meet once a year. They're like, man, we meet shit every other month. You'll go to party. I'm like, damn, for real? They got a big mansion where they have their parties out here. How I know I used to sell them all suits. They be like, yeah, he know all this. Yeah, I used to be in the communities. I did good business. If you wear suits, any religious people, I do good business. And they be trying to bring me in. They say, man, you are just a God, man. I know a lot of Mormons. They aren't supposed to listen to nobody else. They listen to me though, because I got their blue book, which the original. I know. They like, man, you just a God, man. And so
And that
that's
book
what
you just sent us too.
yeah. And so I'm just a God, man. And I tell people, hey, man, I ain't here to argue with no one, you know. And it's all on us, Malik. So it's
Hey,
gonna take
Sheik,
all of that.
I'm gonna tell you what just happened to me. Like, I was at work. I was going up to get a salad, right? And I was going to go pay for it, right? Everything. So I'm walking up. I say what's up to two coworkers, and I'm passing by a whole bunch of customers. They boarding flights, right? And one dude catches my eye because you know I'm always turbaned up. You know me. I never leave home without it.
Right.
So dude looked me in my face. He was like, man, because he nods and says, "What's up?" He said, man. He said, I love your energy. Now, this is Albion. I don't know this dude from Adam. Now, I continue to go, right? Turn the corner. I told him gratitude. I appreciate it. Have a good day. And kept on, you know, moving. Go to get in line. Lady coming toward me. I know for like 31 years, right? She was like, hey, one of my favorite people. I was like, who, me? She was like, yeah. And so she said, you getting something to eat? She said, oh, what do you want? Because I get a free meal plan. She said, I'm not using it. I'm going to get this for you. I was like, oh, what? Okay. I said, I want that Fuji salad. You know what I mean? And then two other employees walked by and me and Barclay had just been talking about, I was just explaining how my aura is so strong. If you, yeah, my aura is so strong. I said, people that try to do me wrong, they gonna get done wrong. And I don't even have to do nothing. I said, it's just crazy. And we literally just had a conversation the day before. I had called Barclay right after this happened. And I was like, man, this is crazy. Like crazy good, right? I said, I just walked up, I planned to pay for my salad and I got treated.
Yep.
And then the dude told me he loved my energy. I just walked past this dude. He ain't never seen me a day before in his life.
That's how it be.
I was like, wow. It's an overwhelming feeling when somebody you don't know tell you something of just good energy. Like I was like, okay, brother, I appreciate you. And kept on pushing.
Yeah.
But it was funny how I turned the corner and got a free meal, not even, just somebody wanted to bless me.
Yeah.
Out of the kindness of their heart because of who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a toot my own horn.
And that's what and that's where I recognize, Noble, as I close that I moved to Arizona. I have to be honest. I've done a lot of work in ministry. I used to go to clubs and drive people home, give CDs, be like, hey, I used to go meet my people where they are. And I done moved out to Arizona and elevated myself in wisdom and understanding. And sometimes it do be sad to where I get more love from Europeans than family. I get more support. Like I tell people, I am a real person, but I'm so blessed to where I can't be stressed. Like I'm so blessed. And I tell people,
we're scary of each other, man.
My mission is not about $1. If I was all about $1, I would not be doing this. I promise y'all. If I just cared about $1, I would not be doing this. I mean, why? Because I won't have time. Me and my wife would be out hustling, grinding. I'll be out selling shit. I'll be out with my trailer, going to all the places, thrift and selling shit all day because I can do all that. That's what I do.
You are divinely prepared, Sheik. You're divinely prepared to do what you're doing.
So I give gratitude for what I'm doing, and I'm not upset or nothing. I'm not discouraged or nothing. I'm just telling, but I always have to talk about myself, what I go through. That's why, I have to be energized. I have to eat the right things. I have to have the right time with my wife. I'll tell y'all like this, all the studying I'll be doing, I have to have a balance. So stuff that I follow on the internet, I don't follow science and people talking that. You know what? I follow cartoons and shit. I like to laugh because I ain't got time for no stupid shit. I don't follow all that shit where that distraction. I'm at home, I'm watching kung fu movies. My wife would tell me old kung fu movies. She'd be like, he'd watch old basketball games. I'm not into. I'm disconnected from all drama. I'm
Yeah, I got
disconnected.
time for that.
No, I'm disconnected. I watch stuff with my wife, but when I say I'm disconnected from all drama, why? That's my balance. Why? Because I spend so much time studying and reading and all this at 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife in the bed, I do. That's when I get up and study at 3 a lot. That's the time for me. I do this all day to be prepared, to do all the research. Then I went to academia, went in debt over $100,000 for business and to know this. And then all the books that I have, you think like Alonzo said, I just woke up and I know all this and I'm able to give this stuff to y'all for pennies and all this and I sell it for much. Y'all got to know this is a lot of work. I will hope just the stuff that y'all have, you like, them. I ain't just waking up in the morning like, oh, what can I sit in there? You got to know I'm doing some research. You got to. You got to. So I give gratitude, man, for y'all time. It's almost 2 hours, man. I only plan to go 1 hour and 30, but y'all know how time be. I love y'all. Gratitude. Anybody got anything they want to say? If not, we're going to get out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just say gratitude. I know that you send it because I see my emails, right? So I know you put in a lot of work and research, right? So I'll just say gratitude. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up. But what
But
I
this the
have
thing.
applied that you taught me is to be consistent and like the communication, commitment, consistency. I show it in my platform and what the spirit has bestowed upon me is the health part and continue to do that consistently so I can be that example to other people to say that you can do it. And I actually share and show my picture, my heavier weight picture to people because this is where I came from. This is where I'm at. You only
Yes.
see me where I'm at. You didn't see me
Yeah.
what I went through to get here. But since since we're doing it live on IG, people can actually see, oh no, he's consistently doing this stuff. I'm at
Yes.
work. People will see I'm consistent. I'm doing pull-ups at work. I'm doing push-ups at work. I'm doing squats at work. Like y'all letting time pass. You could be working out with yourself, getting paid to do it. But instead, you'll go do this. You'll go do
Yeah.
that instead of focus on your health. I said, I'm
So
just being a
you in
walking
heaven.
example.
So no, you in heaven. See, that's what I
Yes,
tell people.
sir.
When your everyday life become heaven, it's a wrap. I be
Yeah.
telling people, when your everyday life become heaven, that's your testimony. See, people don't know your whole. People don't know you had the COVID. Like you were sick for a minute, down. You had just as
Uh-huh.
much COVID as everybody else had. Some people
Yep.
died. Some people died. Some people gave up, sat in the bed. You got a testimony. This is what I be telling people. The testimony save people. That's your ministry. I ain't telling people my
Right.
testimony ain't yours. Your testimony ain't
Right.
mine, but your testimony save people. You both that. You have a personal testimony that you can only talk personal and add the ministry in it. That make it relatable. That's how that make it real. You have a real
Islam.
testimony and you can relate it to the scriptures. That's what saved. Living testimony. You are a minister in your own right. Brian, look how Brian overcame. Brian said he grew up a certain way. He didn't have too much knowledge, but look what he said. He didn't know that. It wasn't taught his home, but what he know now. So Brian, a young man, he can apply that and teach younger men under him because he's not too far from them. This is the dynamics. But then look at Dre Sean as a young man with a father, getting ready to have another son. The dynamics as 28. He can look in past life and in retrospect and look at a lot of these fools on the internet with that dumb shit, be like, oh, I'm at a place, shit, I ain't gonna be dumb and blind when they at the age these fools at. Why? Because I'm with a brotherhood with all different history and age groups, and with a map and a guide, I see where I can go.
Right.
I see where I
That's
can
right.
be. That's what I'm saying. Testimony. We all got different backgrounds. Oh, Noble Alonzo been through different sets. I had been through nation and all that. Back when we all, it's healing. We all been through different things. Some people been through marriage and divorce. That's testimony. When your life become heaven, we talk about it. I
Yep.
close with this. Do y'all think a comedian, all his jokes is just some stuff he put out his ass? Or do y'all think
Nope.
it's a lot of
That's
life
part of his
experience?
life.
Yeah,
That's a life
thank you.
experience.
That's all I want to say. Somebody said she. The reason why we like you, we call you Melchizedek because you know how to relate scripture and real life. That's powerful. If I was a joke teller, they'd be like Cat Williams. And Cat Williams, they'd be like Cat Williams telling the truth. Okay, well, he ain't telling no jokes then. He just making it relatable. But everybody love Cat Williams. They make little skits about Cat Williams. When the minister do the same thing, we don't like the minister. We ain't gonna donate to the minister. Nigga will go pay $400 to see Cat Williams talk shit. See? Yeah, that should be funny. Then when people be like, yeah, Sheik, I see exactly what you're saying. Here it is. We like Cat Williams. We talking about the baby. We tell all 8 minutes. A nigga, when we get dressed up to go see Cat Williams, we won't do that to the minister. We just say, I gotta wait till my tax time to get the minister a donation. The minister do this shit every week. And you can call a minister at any time. See?
Yep.
Thank you,
call
Brian.
mine at any time.
That's what I'll be saying, Brian. That's what I'll be saying about us. It's like, wait a minute, okay, or the comedian. What do you talk about real life? Every goddamn podcast. Grown ass Negroes talk about some old Negroes, Big Meech and Rick Ross and 50 Cent, some out of prison shit. Man, I don't care about none of that goofy shit. Excuse my candor. That's why I said in our community, I'm not celebrated, you know, but in other communities that understand wisdom, I am. And that's the difference. And I say it hurts sometimes because I'll be trying to bring my people in, but like I don't have the energy to do no more. It'd be feel like I'm fighting with my people to resuscitate them. And I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm tired. So I deal with other people that want to be adopted, that know my name, that want to be adopted with me, that see me as Melchizedek, and I ain't even the same color as them. We ain't even got the same nationality. We ain't even grow up together. They don't even follow me. They just used to see me on GCU campus lecturing and things. So that's what I'm saying, man. But I give glory to
like-minded people.
Yes, I give glory to everything. Look at Maso. And we all got a story. Maso was educated. Maso was a herbalist. That's ministry. We got to be sharing ministry. How Maso is a vegan. Maso changed my life. At first, I'm like, yeah, well, vegan is good. But look at me now. That's ministry. That's a testimony I was inspired by Maso. What if I never meet Maso? Would the Holy Spirit would have came through Maso to me? Not if I would have met him. I don't know. I can't say. But the Holy Spirit worked through man. The Holy Spirit worked through Maso. It came to me. And it took some time. Now I see clearly. I can see clearly now. It's gone.
It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. The gratitude.
I hear you.
And where I'm at with it and the joy. I'm definitely
I hear you.
Millie, I'm definitely not distracted. I'm definitely in it for the long haul. But I'm saying all this is ministry. Y'all saved my life. Even with my brother, like I said, he saved my life. Still saving my life. How? Look at my breakfast. Look what I'm doing. Look what I do every day. Look, tea. I'm feeling good. Look, I got my nuts. My skin shining. I done slimmed down more. Still 6-pack. Feel great. Run 5 miles every single day. I feel good. I had to take a day off because I'll be grinding every day. I'll be on it every day, you know? But
it feels good.
It's all y'all. It's all us. And that's why I'm saying we don't need everybody with us. When we be like, everyone, everybody ain't with this. A person put on Malik's shoes, it almost be like they'll throw them shits off. They'll be so damn scared. I can do what Malik can do, or I can do all that. You put Malik's shoes on, them bitches be flopping off, and you, oh shit, I'm scared. Yeah, I know. You can't do it. You think this shit is a game we just do on Saturday and Sunday. This is real.
Life.
So gratitude to all y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Thank everyone for taking time out their day. Thank everyone that give donations and things. I love all y'all. Anything you need, I'm the source for you. I don't care if I sell something for this price and you don't have it all, I will give it to you for a donation. Anything you need, any books that you see on my PDF, Books with the Z, and buyingthebooks.com that cost a certain price, and you see me here on ministry, and you might not have that, but you have a donation, you won't listen, you come to me. I got you. Anything you want to learn, I got you. You need a turban, full C-Mag, get with me. And that, man, once again, man, I love everyone. And I ain't worried about what no man said. We are a people, and we have a nationality and a spirituality, and we can't be afraid to be who we are. And we got to teach the right science and the right knowledge. We have to, and we can't let the wrong representative represent us and say this is what more science is about. Some sovereign citizen Negroes, some Negroes out here arguing on the corner. That is not more science. More science is for your whole family.
That's right.
This ain't no argument. This ain't no religious dogma where we gravitate to one science where we miss the essence of the rest. We are under the triple rose. If anybody asks, we'll tell them what we understand: the Fatimite, the Paraclete, the Jerusalem, the Christian. We are scientists. We understand We historical, we understand it, we know who we are. And that's where it stops with us. So we're going to continue to do good business. We're going to continue to love everyone. And how can we love somebody else, Brian, and we don't love ourselves? And that's through transportation of raw materials by my brother, Brian Hicks Bay. That's streaming on all platforms. Peace and love.
Holla.
Holla.
Hey. Holla.
Holla.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, my guide, my salvation, by night, by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Asher, Shalom Aleichem, Arashar, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Anybody got our benediction? Anybody? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up.
Is no Balazzo still on here?
I don't know. I can't see.
Me either.
Anybody got it?
May the benefits of Allah be upon thee. I don't know. I know part of it, not all of it.
I want somebody else to do it. Now, you start.
May
Go
the
ahead.
benefit of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shalt strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take succor of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let the truth be the shield in the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there is still a greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Allah, Islam, amen. Peace, 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 peace.
El Rahman, El Rahim, Ya Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Peace, peace.
I gotta love y'all, man. Peace, peace, peace. Take us out, B. Take us out. Got more power, baby.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by bindingbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to check out herbsofmyaunt.com and get all of your teas, my aunt son's teas, divinely prepared. Also, be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com for your everyday items and religious regalia. Be sure to check out mooreshaberdasher.com. And for that everyday e-special Moors drip, be sure to check out moresachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram a beef.
Wait.
Peace.
Man,